All right, so my station is set up with my gripped cutting board so nothing will move. I have my chef knife here. I'm going to take off my knife protector. You can hone the knife if you need to, but we will have taken care of that ahead of time for you. I do have a trash bowl here so that I can discard any of the scraps that I don't need, and I have my bench scraper to pick up things from the cutting board. The first vegetable that we're going to talk about is my bell pepper, okay? So we talked about this being a female bell pepper. You see there are 4 quadrants, therefore it's female. If it was male, there would be 3 quadrants. Certainly easier to work with the female here because it has a nice stable base. I did wash my pepper, but remember to take off stickers. So I'm going to place the pepper on its bottom like this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my claw to hold it nice and steady, and I'm going to cut close to the green stem as I can, and then I'm going to cut down and forward using the knife to do the work for me. Now that I have a nice flat side, I'm going to turn it onto that flat side, and I'm going to cut closely to the green stem again, down and forward, cutting off a slice. So this would be considered my first slice, second slice. This is going to be my third. And then my final slice here. And then from the sides, and then I'll take off the bottom as well. Then I can discard the rest of this. I could try and get a little bit more off of this, but I'm just going to keep it like that as is. You can see there are some other little pieces in here that I'm going to discard. Okay, and now we'll talk about the pith on the inside. So some peppers have a lot of seeds in them, some only have very few. Females tend to have a lot more seeds than the male peppers do. But this is the pith in here, and we can pull that out very easily with your fingers. The other option is for pieces like this, where you have a nice flat open piece, you can use your knife and begin to come in and do a little saw to get that pith out of there. But I do find it easier just to pick it out. It doesn't leave that much. The reason you take it out is it does give a little bit of indigestion. Seeds do the same thing. Okay, so with my slices, I'm going to put my other slices over here. For the demo, I'm going to be doing a batonette, and that's what you're going to be doing for your vegetable quesadilla as well. You're going to hold the pepper with the skin side down. Now you're going to cut 1/4 inch slices, and you're going to use locomotion to do that. So the locomotion move is keeping the tip of the knife on the board and bringing the heel down and forward, up and back, down and forward, up and back. The knife is gripped, as you can see here correctly, with the 3 fingers around the handle and the thumb on the blade pinching with the index finger. And now we'll do the locomotion. When I'm setting myself up, I can draw my knife back in a little bit, and then as I'm pushing forward, I'm cutting the rest of it off. And there you can see I have my 1/4 inch stick, excuse me. Down and forward, up and back, down and forward, up and back, down and forward, up and back. And then I have exactly the same size sticks all the way across. I would stick the remainder of my pieces, and then I'd come back and pile up in little piles about this size so that I can then make my dice or cube. And again, you're going to make sure as you're doing that locomotion move, when you reset your knife, you're resetting it 1/4 inch away from the freshly cut end. And that's going to help you keep the even dice the whole way around. When I got down to the little part, I make a little tiny claw in order to hold my pieces more carefully. I'm then going to use my bench scraper, and I'm going to put these pieces into my container. You'd finish off with the same with the rest of these pieces. And you can cut them in different sizes if you need to, but if you're using all of the same vegetable for the same recipe, it's important that you cut everything the same size so it'll cook evenly. So I'm going to show you again. You have a slice. Here's the stick using the locomotion move. And then I'm going to take a few of these, pile them up, and again, we'll use the locomotion to cut the dice from the stick. Down and forward, up and back. Down and forward, up and back. Down and forward, up and back. So there you have the slice, the sticks, and the cubes.